Crypto Maestro's YouTube channel once again. If you're new here, on this channel we make everything crypto related as easy as ABC. And if you are an old subscriber, welcome back once again. Please don't forget to hit the like and hit the subscribe button and share this video with one of your friends. If you haven't seen our previous videos on everything crypto related, like the blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, Ethereum and smart contracts, do click on the icon to go to our channel, watch those other videos and come back here. So in today's video we're going to be exploring Web3 and the Metaverse, which are two amazing concepts that are changing the way that we interact with the digital world. So in this video we're going to be looking at what Web3 is, what the Metaverse is, and every other thing that comes with that. Okay, so without further ado, let's go into the video. Now, before we understand what Web3 is, we need to look at what Web 1 and Web 2 are, you understand, for us to get kind of like an understanding of what we mean by Web3. So now, the internet in the early days, in the 1990s, was an internet whereby I will call it a read-only internet, because you could only send messages over the network and nothing else. Now in the Web 2, on the other hand, we could send messages and we could interact more with the web, which included contents like videos, audios and all that. That's where the social media interaction and all that comes into place. Now moving further and graduating from Web 2 into Web 3. Web 3 now is a more decentralized web. In the Web 2, I did not mention, we had the central bodies governing data, you understand. They had a kind of like a monopoly of user information, and they could use that information to generate income. Nowadays, social media platforms have started kind of like giving royalties to creators, but on the other hand, they are making a lot more money with the information and the content being put up on their platforms. So the Web3 aspect, so the Web 2 now is the read and write web. Now the Web 3 is the read, write and own web. So you can own, it gives control of the user data back to the user. So it gives the user control over his own information and his own data, which is a more decentralized platform. And it's a platform built on trust because it's decentralized and it uses the blockchain technology. So that is what Web3 is basically. Now for us to understand Web3 a little further, we're going to look at the main features of Web3, which are decentralization, interoperability and tokenization. Now when we talk about decentralization, what we're trying to say is that the Web3 uses the blockchain technology, which is also called a decentralized ledger technology, which is DLT in short over there. So Web3 uses the blockchain technology, which is decentralized. So there's no central body or government in control of the web. The users of a particular platform have control over their data and can do whatever they want with it. Now Web3 also introduces interoperability between blockchain platforms, different blockchain platforms. Before the advent of Web3, blockchain platforms could not communicate with each other. Like the Ethereum blockchain could not communicate with the Bitcoin or the Binance or all these other blockchains. But with the coming in of Web3, it has created the opportunity for interoperability between blockchains. Now, tokenization is kind of like what we're talking about in our previous video when we talked about NFTs. If you haven't seen that video, go check that video out when we talked about describe what NFTs are, also known as non-fungible tokens, what they are and all that. So Web3 is also something that enables tokenization of NFTs and real-world assets. Now, moving on to what the metaverse is. Simply put, the metaverse is a digital universe that tries to kind of like mix human, physical, and virtual experiences together. You understand? It tries to encompass your physical life with a virtual life experience, including your work, play, how you socialize, everything that you do in your physical life, trying to kind of like putting it in a digital, mixing your physical and your virtual realities to become one. You understand? So that's what the metaverse is. If you want to understand a little more about what the metaverse or what the idea of the metaverse is, I will ask you to go and look for a movie that was premiered in 2018. The title of the movie is Ready Player One. Ready Player One. It's quite an interesting movie to watch, you know. So moving ahead, let's look at the characteristics of the metaverse. So we've heard about virtual reality and augmented reality. You know, these are technologies that try to kind of like merge both the human physical experience with the digital experience. So virtual reality, by creating immersive digital surroundings and interacting with them, the metaverse enables sensory experiences through virtual reality and augmented reality. So it allows you to interact with kind of like a virtual universe. In 2021, there's a crypto project called Decentralized. They sold properties in 2021 at about virtual properties, actually, like virtual land that you are not going to physically ever put your foot on in the physical world. You know, they sold it for millions of dollars and made a lot of money. In fact, I think we should look at that. Let's see, Ready Player One. That's the movie I was just talking about. It's quite an interesting movie. I've seen it and it's amazing. You know, so let's see most expensive properties assets sold on the metaverse. Oh, good. I did that search earlier before. You know, so look at that now. Decentralized. They sold Fashion Street Estate on the 22nd of November in 2021 for $2.4 million. $2.4 million virtual property that you're never going to step your foot on. Sandbox sold an estate of this also on the 30th of November 2021 for $4.3 million. So a lot of people are interested in all this kind of stuff, and it's the users who get in early and grab these opportunities that will be the next billionaires and trillionaires in this life. You know, so the metaverse also gives the user kind of like control of his or her content or his or her data. You know, it gives you control of your digital experience and every other experience that you have. Now, it also creates opportunities for people to have digital ownership of things like NFTs, digital assets, just like we saw in the Google search over there. Own properties, landed real estates, own malls, do social activities and all that on the metaverse, you know. So now, how does the Web3 and metaverse synergize? Now, without the Web3, there's no metaverse, because the metaverse thrives on the infrastructure built by the Web3. So without that decentralized infrastructure, the metaverse cannot be functional. You understand? So Web3 is kind of like the bus that drives the metaverse and NFTs and any other thing that is virtual reality or artificial intelligence on the in the crypto space rather, you know. So that's how they synergize together. So without Web3, there's no metaverse and all that. Yeah, so let's move into the other next slide. Now, implications and applications of the metaverse. Business models are now moving into the metaverse space. Like I think, is it Wells Fargo Bank or so? One of these top banks is the first bank in the metaverse. I think we should even just do a quick search for that and see. Quickly, bank in the metaverse. Yeah, first bank in the metaverse. Good. Aha, it's JP Morgan Chase Bank. You know, so they've kind of like built a virtual JP Morgan Chase on, I think it's a decentralized sandbox platform or so, on one of these metaverse projects in the crypto space. You know, so that's also an opportunity. Then also, when it comes to economics and business, real estate ownership, venue hosting, you can own event venues on the metaverse, and when people want to host virtual events where people can join from wherever in the world they are, they can rent your event centers on the metaverse. It sounds crazy, right? But it's amazing, you know. That's where the digital world is moving into. I think if you watch that movie I just talked about, Ready Player One, it's a 2018 movie. It will give you a better understanding, and it will give you kind of like a clear intention of what the metaverse is going to be like. It also gives social interaction without barriers. This is like social media on a different level. You kind of like create your own avatars. You go into the virtual world, do social activities, meet people from other places in the world, play games, work, make money, you know, and different things. So whatever you do in the physical world, you know, that's what they are trying to create a virtual world for. So you can sit at home and be attending virtual meetings, virtual work, go to work, do your work, and get paid at the end of the month. You know, you can buy properties on the metaverse. You can, whatever you do in the physical world, you know. So that's the aim of the metaverse. You can also learn skills, you know, do virtually anything that you do in your physical world, you know. So moving ahead, the challenges and considerations are, well, there used to be technical hurdles. Well, there still are technical hurdles, but scalability and interoperability in blockchains and all that is still something that is being explored, and much more crypto projects are coming with kind of like solutions, better solutions to the blockchain technology. It's still a new technology. It's less than 15 years old, and it's already doing amazing things. So energy consumption was one of the challenges, but we're looking past all that now. Privacy and security, trying to kind of like balance transparency with the blockchain network and user data protection. That's where privacy and security comes in. Then the digital divide, it's only about 1% of the global world population that is in crypto today as we speak. So that is one thing that is reducing the number of people that are um, acquainted with all this technology, and that is why you should be part of that 1% early enough to learn these things and be ahead of the crowd. That is how you make money. That is how the Bill Gates and the Elon Musks and all those people made their money. When the internet was exploding in the 2000s and all that, Amazon was a very huge benefactor also in all that. So what are the future possibilities of the metaverse? Well, artificial intelligence, we all already know that artificial intelligence is taking over the internet these days and making people lose their jobs, because AI robots are becoming more reliable than humans in some aspect of the industry and all that. Digital governance is another thing. It's kind of like it creates a legal framework for ethical considerations and all that. Meta-human access, which is kind of like human and virtual access. It's going to create wonderful opportunities for whatever we are going to be doing. It's integrating the digital and the physical worlds, trying to get us to creating a new form of reality, for the human experience and all that. Now, so in thank you for exploring this world of the metaverse and Web3 with me. I hope that you have learned something about the Web3 and the metaverse and how it's going to revolutionize the way we interact with the digital world. Social media is going to become something really amazing in the future, where you are going to create avatars and you can walk and talk and meet the people that you interact with virtually, even if you are not meeting physically. I will advise that you go look for that movie, Ready Player One. It's a 2018 movie. Watch that movie and it's going to be amazing. If you like the content you find on this channel and in this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace out.